another video. In this video I'm going to be taking you guys through my hair care routine for somebody who has very long, very thick, very healthy hair. And I know that there are a lot of external things that I do that help my hair growth, but most of my hair growth is what I do on the inside, because I am a firm believer of health on the outside. Exuberant, vibrant, healthy, beautiful, luscious hair and skin is a direct mirror of what's happening on the inside. And so I wanted to share with you guys first what I do to take care of my internal environment, all of the different nutrients and different foods that I eat to feed hair growth. And then I'm going to be showing you guys my hair care routine as somebody who makes my hair care, which I feel like is very unique. Okay, so first things first is that I eat a lot of good quality protein sources. So that means that I am getting in about 30 to 35 grams of protein at every single meal from bioavailable sources, because protein is made up of amino acids, and these amino acids get broken down and formulated into muscle, but also into hair. Some amazing sources of protein that I love to intake are collagen-rich protein sources, because collagen is going to be giving our bodies the building blocks that it needs to be making healthy hair. So typically this looks like me sipping on bone broth every single morning from bones that I get from a local farmer, because it's really a lot more accessible to be making your own bone broth, because it's so expensive to be getting pre-made bone broth at the store. So I will get bones from a butcher or buy an entire cow and simmer the bones for about 12 to 24 hours to extract all of the beautiful collagen from the bones. And then in addition to the collagen that you're getting in the bone broth, you're also going to be getting in a lot of different minerals that are really important for hair growth, as well as different vitamins that you're going to be needing for hair growth. So one of those minerals that is really important is magnesium. And magnesium is something that we are chronically deficient in. So supplementing and or eating foods that are rich in magnesium is really important, because our soils are depleted in magnesium, and that means our bodies are depleted in magnesium. So I really love bone broth for magnesium, and then there's also a whole slew of other minerals within it that are amazing for our bodies. Other protein-rich sources that I love are grass-fed ground beef, wild-caught fish, pasture-raised eggs, and pasture-raised chicken. The reason that I love grass-fed ground beef, pasture-raised eggs, and wild-caught fish is that these foods are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And omega-3 fatty acids also help fuel hair growth by nourishing our scalp and giving it healthy oils, which are going to be nourishing our hair and keeping it soft and supple so it does not break and get brittle. And so omega-3 fatty acids are a beautiful way to just nourish both our skin and our hair through nourishing our scalp. Other sources of omega-3 fatty acids outside of pasture-raised egg yolks and wild-caught fish and grass-fed beef are walnuts, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and flax seeds. I love all of these seeds for nourishing my skin and my hair. Okay, another nutrient that is really important for hair growth is silica, and silica is also found in collagen and bone broth, but it is also found in leafy greens and legumes and beans and nuts and seeds and whole grains, and also in certain herbs it is found in high concentrations. One of my favorite herbs is horsetail, which is actually so beautiful. It's definitely a doctrine of signatures. If you've ever seen horsetail, it's very hair-like. It has a lot of just strands coming off of it, and it's also called horsetail, and it helps you grow your hair because it's really rich in silica, because it pulls it out of the soil. Another really great herb for that is nettle. Nettle is also really beautiful for hair growth. So essentially silica helps with collagen formation in the body, and it also helps deliver nutrients to our hair follicles to help stimulate them and bring all of that blood flow, that healthy blood supply to our scalp to help with healthy hair growth. Another really important vitamin is biotin, or vitamin B7. And this is really amazing for skin health, for hair growth, for hormone health. It's one of the essential B vitamins for our bodies, and it is found in high amounts in egg yolks, and it is also found in high amounts in other animal products. You can also find it within leafy greens and different nuts and seeds. One of my favorite places to get biotin is grass-fed beef liver. You can get a high amount of these B vitamins that you need for hair growth and for skin health within grass-fed beef liver in just a tiny little bone. Another mineral that is really important is selenium, and selenium is found in high amounts in oysters, grass-fed beef liver, and Brazil nuts. And so I will typically eat about 2 Brazil nuts a day, and then treat myself to oysters about once a week, which are typically $1 for one at Whole Foods on the weekends if you're close to a Whole Foods. And then if you're close to the ocean, it's also a really beautiful place to support local farmers. Another vitamin that's really important is vitamin A. Vitamin A is essentially retinol, which is what a lot of people take to support their skin health, but it also really helps fuel hair growth. And so vitamin A, or the precursor to create vitamin A, is found in high amounts in different red and orange foods. So think sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a really great way to feed your body lots of minerals and lots of vitamin A. So I typically eat sweet potatoes every single day, and or another type of orange vegetable like carrots or winter squash when it's winter time, or cantaloupe or peaches in the summertime. Another really important nutrient is vitamin D, and you can get that for free by sitting in the sunshine. You can also get it by eating egg yolks, pasteurized egg yolks, because the chickens will be absorbing the vitamin D from being out in the sunshine and then putting it into their golden little yolks to deliver those nutrients to our bodies. And then you can also get it from fatty fish. Specifically salmon and tuna are really high in vitamin D. Also sardines are really high in vitamin D, and also omega-3 fatty acids, so those are two great foods to also be eating as well. Vitamin C, which is really great for collagen production. It really helps our bodies absorb the nutrients that we're eating, such as iron and all of the different minerals like silica and magnesium and all of those beautiful things that I talked about before. And vitamin C you can find in oranges, lemons, you can even find it in your leafy greens, as well as within red bell peppers. And what's really important to remember with vitamin C is that you do not want to cook it, because any heat starts to denature it and then it starts becoming less bioavailable for the body. So eating those things raw is better for our bodies. Another source of vitamin C that I love is rose hips. Rose hips are extremely high in vitamin C. They are nature's highest source of vitamin C, and you can make a tincture out of them, or you can infuse them in vinegar to make an herbal vinegar to top your salads with. The options are endless here. And then lastly for the vitamins is vitamin E. Vitamin E is beautiful for skin health, and again, that vitamin E is going to be nourishing our scalp health, which is going to then in turn nourish healthy, thick, vibrant, luscious, moisture-rich hair. And so vitamin E is found in, again, a lot of those fatty fishes and a lot of those fatty nuts and seeds. I love to get vitamin E from avocados, walnuts, almonds, sunflower seeds. Those are all going to be gifting our bodies high amounts of vitamin E to nourish our skin, nourish our hair, and nourish our overall health. Okay, so those are all of the nutrients and foods that I focus on to support hair growth and just overall bodily health. All of those foods are not things that I necessarily am trying to check off a list to make sure that I'm getting in all of the nutrients for hair growth. They're just overall healthy minerals and nutrients and foods that I intake every single day to support my hormones and to support just my overall body. It's what makes me feel good, and then like I said, when I feel good on the inside, my outside is going to match that. So just keeping that in mind, when you take care of yourself internally, your external environment and your external world and your external beauty is going to shine through. And now that I've shared with you all of the things that I take internally to support my hair growth, I also wanted to share with you guys what I do externally and topically to support healthy, long, and vibrant hair. First things first, I wanted to show you guys the hair growth hair mist that I make and spray onto my hair every single day. I don't wash my hair every day, but I do mist my scalp and stimulate it with this nourishing rosemary hair mist. To make this, it is super simple. You take about 3 cups of boiling water and add in about 3 sprigs of rosemary, and you allow that to boil until the liquid reduces by half, or you have 1.5 cups left. And then you can allow that to cool and add the decoction into spray bottles, and voila! You've got yourself a nice, nourishing rosemary hair growth hair mist. Rosemary contains specific acids within it that help stimulate our hair follicles to improve hair growth and deliver oxygen and nutrients to make sure our hair is healthy and happy. I usually wash my hair around 3 days a week, and when I do, I wash it with this homemade coconut milk shampoo. It is alarmingly easy to make this homemade shampoo. I am amazed that not more people are making their own hair care products at home. So to make this, you essentially just add in equal parts coconut milk to Castile soap, and then add in about 20 drops of your favorite essential oil. So to make this, I mixed about 1/2 cup of peppermint Castile soap with about 1/2 cup of full fat coconut milk, and I put that
that into a little Pyrex bowl or anything with a spout because it'll make the pouring method a little bit easier. And then I took about 20 drops of rosemary essential oil and added that into the mixture as well. And I used an old plastic Castile soap bottle just to reuse the one that I had lying around to give the plastic another life. But if you're trying to reduce plastic in your life, just like I am, you can also use a glass soap dispenser, which I find to be also really great for application. So once everything is in the Pyrex bowl, you're going to give it a nice little mix and then just pour it into your soap dispenser, give it a nice shake, and then there you go. You've got your own homemade shampoo. When I am washing my hair, I make sure to start at my scalp and my roots and scratch and give it a nice stimulation to ensure that everything is clean and my scalp is getting removed of any dirt or debris, and then I work my way down through my ends. Then I'll rinse out the shampoo, and when my hair is still damp, I'll go in with a few drops of organic olive oil or argan oil or any oil that I have on hand and scrunch that into my hair, rinse one more time, and then allow my hair to air dry. The last thing I do topically to nourish my hair is hair oiling and combing my hair either with a wooden comb or my fingers. This helps reduce hair friction and allows you to distribute healthy, nourishing oils throughout your hair. So I'll typically take a hair oil such as olive oil infused with rosemary or argan oil infused with rosemary and stimulate my scalp. I also love to infuse my oils with other herbs like nettle and horsetail as well as alfalfa. I start by applying a few drops onto my hand and my fingertips and massaging that into my scalp, giving myself a good scalp massage to reduce any tension, alleviate headaches, help bring lymph flow, and all of those great things to my head. And this is just such a beautiful self-care practice. And then I will start distributing that leftover oil on my hands throughout my hair as to not make it too oily, but to help distribute those oils throughout it. And as I'm going about doing that, I'm combing any knots out of my hair gently with my fingers. I find that this helps to reduce breakage and helps to reduce hair loss as well. I used to use plastic combs on my hair growing up, and it definitely caused some damage to my hair follicles. So using your fingers or a wooden comb instead of plastic helps to reduce this damage to our hair. Additionally, I love to wear my hair in protective hairstyles such as braids, and this is also a great way to mitigate any of the concerns of having oily hair when you are oiling your hair on the day-to-day. I love to put in a little bit of extra oil onto my hair when I am wearing braids because it helps reduce flyaways and also gives your hair that healthy hair mask all day long. However, I do love to note that just by adding a few drops onto your fingers, stimulating your scalp, and then distributing that throughout your hair, it's not going to make your hair oily or appear greasy. It's going to make your hair shiny and look very healthy. So this is something that I do daily even if I'm wearing my hair down. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning all about using food as medicine to help your hair grow and nourishing your scalp and hair naturally. Let me know if there are any other topics regarding holistic healing, natural living, and using food or herbs as medicine that you would love me to cover. And as always, stay tuned for another video where I share bits and pieces of how I live a life as close to the earth as possible.